Healing crystals, skincare routines, knitting a sweater, fitting in jeans. With Katie and Sarah, no need to worry, you're on a lady journey.
Here we go again. Here
it is hot, guys.
Go again.
This is a hot week here, which is weird because Labor Day ended, which to me feels like summer's over.
Yeah.
Which is always sad.
I
still am in the school set.
September is such a beautiful month, but I feel like I'm just battling depression the entire month because while I am a fall girl, yes, I love pumpkin spice. Yes, I love it all. I just love the summer more.
I know. I like swimming. I love swimming. And New York's really hard they closed Astoria Pool for renovation. And I think I'm like, I wish there were more public pools to go to.
Or even a beach that wasn't like you have to ride on the train for 4 hours there and back.
I know. And I don't trust the beaches here. I just feel like this is Great Whites. I keep seeing like Cape
banana
Cod.
boat. Yeah.
I know. Like this one guy, people are like, oh, that guy's walking through this area of the Sound in Cape Cod. And he's like, that's like Great White Valley.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That I'm like, that's not how I want to go. And I told you I did the bad thing of watching the Cairo shark attack where all of a sudden my Twitter and Instagram has just become faces of death.
Yes, I know. It's like if you stay on TikTok 1 minute too long, you really screw your algorithm up. You have to be vigilant.
But we're heading into fall, which is all of social media now is every girly is so excited for fall fashion. It is the best time for fashion.
True. It kind of blows my mind how, remember like pumpkin spice, like it was a thing, it entered the zeitgeist, about 15 years ago. And then it blew up and then it was hacky, but now it is unabashedly back. And you must like pumpkin spice and you must be unabashed about your obsession with it.
I actually like it. I had one bad incident with it once. At Starbucks, I asked for the pumpkin spice latte and I do like it, but I don't know if it was the pumpkin if they use pie filling and they didn't mix it well. Yucky. So I had one batch where it was just like soggy pie material in my mouth and it was too much and I was forever burned and I couldn't go back because I was like, I don't know if that's the norm.
Yeah. That sounds horrific.
Yes.
That's a trauma. It's a mouth trauma. Now, I don't like the drink. I mean, I'll have it. Sure. Of course, I'll have it. I don't love it. But what I love is I actually love pumpkin pie. I love homemade.
I do too.
Oh my God. Every year
with
I always.
Regular whipped cream with no sugar because it counterbalances.
Just a little tart.
Yes.
Yeah. A little rich. I love it so much. I love a homemade one, but I have been known to literally just buy a pumpkin pie at the store like a couple days after Thanksgiving and just go to town on it. And it is so good. Oh my God. When you have a pie for dinner, you feel awful, but great.
I think pies won me over more than cake recently.
Oh,
like
100%.
I only like cake when it's had just a few hours outside of its window.
Yes.
And then after that, it just gets dry and it's not as good to me, where pie has like sweet, salty, and then the fat of the whipped cream or ice cream.
Yes. The crust of the pie, like a butter crust, a legit butter crust. First of all, cake is so 2010s. Just get out of here with your Uggs.
Yes.
Okay. I'm
You're
over
chuggy
cake.
with cake.
You're very chuggy. But pie, especially even like a pumpkin pie or an apple pie, those are really my two favorites. Like you almost do feel like it has a more subtle flavor because it's got the butter in the crust and it's not so sweet and it doesn't put you over the edge so you're until you eat the whole thing.
Yes,
of course.
When you're on a bender. But when we were talking about bare minimum on the previous episode, here's the thing with pie. You don't have to make your pie crust anymore. Unless you're doing a graham cracker, that's fun. But that's a low stake pie crust.
Get it at Trader Joe's.
Just buy your pie crust in the freezer. It's just as good as making your own.
I am so on board with that.
Yeah.
Or like even puff pastry pie crust for an apple pie.
Yeah.
So easy and so delicious.
Were we going to
Yes,
before we go into our fall trends?
Before I go into fall trends, I wanted to say something about bare minimum because I forgot to say it and it drove me to madness. Sarah set me at ease and she said, it's okay. Let's just say it now. And what I wanted to say about the bare minimum, which is that often I feel like we do a lot of work where we're all over the place and you're doing so much work and it ends up being needless. Okay. So one of my big things in order to get to the bare minimum, the place of bare minimum, is streamlining. So like maybe putting some work in on the front end to streamline your process if you are a small business owner, or even if you're like taking care of projects at work, or even if you're like a mom and you have stuff like, meal prepping, that's an example of streamlining. Like front loading your social media, that's streamlining. And that's where I'm at in my bare minimum journey, is kind of in the sense of doing like a 4-hour work week, even though I hate that book. And why is that guy's podcast 4 hours? Then it is so long. And he does not stop talking about himself and how he's always like, I just, I go to these dinner parties and I just sit and watch. It's like, you're fine. You're fine, Tim. Love to come on. I'd love to come on.
But we'll have you.
We will have you. But anyway, so I just wanted to add that just as a little asterisk. If you've been inspired by bare minimum and you're like, how can I incorporate this into my life? Go on a streamlining journey. Google streamlining and start there.
I like the idea of a streamlining. Like, I don't even watch the movie. I just go to Wikipedia and I read the plot.
I read 2 minutes and then I'm good. But I want to also do our stone dedications today. I'm really excited.
These look like tiny ones.
These are the tiny boys. I've been saving these ones because they're kind of hard to see. But the first one I have is peridot. Look at that. How gorgeous. This is
nice green. It looks like almost like sea glass.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And actually,
it's a Heineken bottle.
It's a Heineken bottle. We found it in Astoria. But these are from our beautiful friend Jacob E. Downey. And I think he actually cut these himself because he does his own gem cutting. So this is for Trey. Peridot enhances confidence. Get it? Assertion. And it motivates growth and change. So Trey, get out there and streamline your socks company, okay? And the next one we've got, now let's see here. I think this one is, this is a really special one. This one is for Sarah, who is a friend of mine. Thank you for joining, you crazy bitch. Now, when I was in Costa Rica, so we went on this nature walk, right? And the guide was telling us, like, these are the seeds of the parota tree, which is one of they're called Guanacaste seeds. And this is like one of the main trees in the area. And she said, there's like this special legend that if you find 3, it's really good luck. And as we're walking, of course, there's like a 7-year-old boy and she finds 3 seeds for him. And I, in the back of my mind, was spinning out because I was like, okay, I kind of also wanted the 3 seeds because who needs it more right now? A 7-year-old boy or someone who's grappling for a career shift. Okay. And then without me even asking or saying anything, she found 3 for me also. So these are the parota seeds. Aren't these cool?
Let me see. I like how smooth they are.
They're so smooth and they look like they have little eyes on them.
They're kind of like black-eyed peas.
Yeah. So those are for you, Sarah. These are your, and they're just very general good luck. So may good luck surround you. And thank you for joining the Patreon. And then last one in this group, we've got Diane. Diane, thank you so much.
Diane's my friend.
Diane.
She will be at the baby shower.
Oh, I can't wait to meet you at the baby shower, which is now paper. It is a paper baby shower.
She'll be staying in this guest apartment. I'll show her rock.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I'll be like, don't touch.
Oh yeah, do not touch it, Diane. This is a little piece of sunstone. And sunstone brightens your mood and it helps you with self-empowerment, which I think we could all benefit from.
Can have that.
So
Diane is who I did my 24-hour girl trip to Galveston that I still can't stop thinking about, and I wish I could have fit one in before the baby.
Oh my gosh, I might baby moon.
Try end of September.
We got so close to having one. We were like, oh, maybe we could go to the Hamptons, and then it did not work out, sadly.
Oh, yeah. Which I have to tell you the drama of that Hampton gig.
Ooh, I can't wait. That'll be on the Patreon. I had a little 24-hour getaway because Mike and I, as I mentioned, we went to San Diego and I was trying to work, frivolously trying to work and getting nothing done. But we stayed one extra day. We had a gorgeous brunch at this place in San Diego called Swami's. I had like huevos rancheros. We had a fresh juice. Gorgeous. It was very the vibe of San Diego. We roamed the streets. We went to the San Diego Zoo, gorgeous. And then we went to the San Diego Little Italy, where I accidentally had like 4 glasses of wine. I was like, I'm sorry, I just spent $80 on wine. I don't know how this happened, but I got excited. And then we walked home. So it was a gorgeous night. I love San Diego. So beautiful, crisp and cold there.
Southern California is like the best place on earth. And it's devastating. So how expensive it is.
Yes.
And it's gatekept from us poor people.
It really,
in New York City.
Yeah, right. Even being there in San Diego, you're like, oh, I see. It's so like everything is so
mountains,
beautiful, and then but so much more expensive. Just
the weather. I wish I could live there.
I would love to live there.
I could live in LA. But I'm not going to, if I go to LA now, I am not waiting because you have to be hot to wait tables. And I feel like the only place I could wait tables is in the outskirts, in somewhere like Hooters. Glendale. At a Denny's.
Well, San Diego, when I was there, I was getting flashes. I was getting my maladaptive daydream flashes of my new life in San Diego. Once I start working for the zoo, after I finish my doctorate in zoology, which I'm just about to start.
Do you tell Mike these things?
I do.
Does he have maladaptive?
I don't know.
Does he go bonkers? Do men go bonkers in their mind of thinking that they're going to be they can still start a band at 46?
Yeah. I don't know that he does, but I will say it was very cute to be at the zoo with him because I think we don't realize that men like cute things, and Mike really seems to like animals.
Yeah.
And it was the cutest.
I'd like to say this about men, and I'm harsh, and it's toxic masculinity in my mind, my own internal.
Yeah.
Men are basically women.
We're all ladies. We're all ladies. It's true. It almost shocked me, my own internalized toxic masculinity, when I was surprised by the fact that my boyfriend seems to really enjoy animals.
I know. It's so we're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, you're too into the orangutan.
No, and you're like, no, this should be like rewarded.
Yeah. So I got him a stuffed animal. No. But no, it was gorgeous. It was a gorgeous little escape, and I can't recommend it enough. San Diego.
I don't think I've ever been, but I've been to I've been like Laguna Beach.
Okay.
Is that Southern? I can't, in Orange County.
Yeah. It's
in Irvine.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
But that's like the corporate.
Well, San Diego's a little bit different because it is so close to the sea and there's almost like a little enclosure. It's very cool there. So it's like 70 degrees even in the summer. It's beautiful.
It's divine.
You love the seafood. You love tacos, everything.
Love it.
Well, let's get on with our journey because we're talking today fall trends. We've been Googling. We've been Googling away to help you prepare.
Googling, and TikTok is inundated with ladies predicting what we're wearing this fall. And some of them make me laugh because some ladies, I'm like, one will be like, kimonos are out. And you're like, for you, they've been out.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Like,
what are you, 2007?
Yeah. Or 1555.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Some of them have been like, we're not wearing ponchos. I'm like, we haven't worn ponchos.
We've never worn ponchos. They were in for one season.
I think I'm just like following some kooky lady that's just telling us what she's not wearing this season.
I know. It's so funny because everyone, in order to exist and have attention, you have to present yourself as an expert, which is what we are doing.
Yes.
And you're going to get a lot of misinformation that way. It's going to abound.
Yeah, you're just blindly following people. But generally, this is what I've gathered.
Okay.
Red is in.
Ooh.
Red is in. And if you don't want to go full red, you can put it in your boot or in your accessories.
Touch of color,
or in your
baguette bag.
Your baguette bag. Your bags. Loafers. I love that. It's like they're trying to stay away from like the pumpkin spice fall, but even that, I was like, that was already on the outs anyway, like 10 years ago. People were making fun of the Han Solo look.
Right.
The skinny jeans,
the cape, the flowing cape. I mean, a nice wool coat is timeless. And I think fall is one of the times where you can have the most timeless looks. I'm only getting things that I think are timeless, like the loafers. Last year, if you got the giant chunk,
they're still here.
You can use those.
They're probably on the way out.
But they're probably on the way out. I've been seeing more like understated loafers, but they were saying it's the fall of the flat shoe. So
yes,
it's all flats.
Ballet flats. So protect your arches. I've had to put inserts to my ballet flats.
You're not running across town in your Mary Janes. You're going to have a freaking swollen ankle. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe in your loafers. You know, that's what I liked about lug sole, because you can actually move in them.
You had some bounce in it. But like I remember wearing ballet flats years ago in the city, and I always wore them in Houston, where you're just walking several feet to your car, driving, and then parking, and then walking several feet to your job, and then sitting. We're here
8 miles later.
You're like, oh my God, I've just been walking barefoot in the city, technically.
Yes, I have a stress fracture.
And horse piss.
Yeah.
And people are like, your feet stink in those.
Oh, yeah. No socks.
Yeah.
Now, I have, as I told everyone before, I have the Rothy Mary Janes. I have seen other...
That's got more structure. The Rothys. It's a rubber sole on the bottom, at least.
Got a rubber sole. I would not recommend walking a distance in it, but you could get around town and take the train on it. But the thing about that is you can wash them. They're washable. And I have seen some other plastic bottle brand shoes. I think there's one that's like Vuia, V-U-I-A, maybe.
Yes.
And these are like half the price of Rothy's. They look great, and they're kind of the same thing.
Yes. The other one is the Sambas, Adidas
Sambas, yeah.
Which I've always liked. Apparently they're hard to get right now. That's the bummer with these. Like, these shoes were always inexpensive, and then when they become a trend, you're like,
yeah.
What?
I know.
They're under 100 and now they're 120.
Yeah.
And you can't find them anywhere.
Yeah. Like, don't do what I have been doing, is like you're shopping at Nordstrom Rack and you're like, wow, I always loved these shoes. I can't believe they're on style. And then that's when you find out that they are the mark of a total chug, and you look awful in your ankle boots, which I've been told are the worst thing that you can wear now. Ankle boots are way out. They're almost skinny jeans. And it makes sense because they were made for skinny jeans. Yes. They dominated the autumn scene for years. And now it's I see a lot of over the knee stuff. I see the flats. I see the sneakers. Not a lot of heels still.
You can't wear heels in the city.
I never did. I love to wear a heel. Like at a wedding, I'll wear like a chunky, sandal or something. But even that, it seems like the younger people are I see people at the club, the comedy club, on Friday nights, Saturday nights, even these young people, nobody's wearing heels.
No,
Nobody.
I also feel like when I walk in a heel, I'm like this.
Like a horse that's just been shod.
That you're like, this is not even attractive.
No, yeah. And it's like, you're not safe. You're trying to run.
The other thing is like crazy in the city is like, even in flat shoes, there's been times where I've had to take my shoes off in the middle of the city and my feet are just bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because something's just chafing in there. You can't get to it. Yes. I love a sneaker.
You can't go wrong with a sneaker. I think that's the shoe of the city.
The shoe of the city. You get a nice...
Now we wear them with dresses, with everything. Have you heard of the opposite shoe theory?
What is it?
So it's like you have your outfit and then you choose a shoe that would not go with it. So like an example would be like athletic wear with cowboy boots, which just is like a hot girl trend.
That's wild.
To me, it just shows up at where people are like, did your house burn down?
Yeah.
And that was the only thing you could get from
I know.
it.
I feel like as a millennial, like millennials were like stalking Gen Z, tracking them, trying to uncode their wild fashion sense. And meanwhile, they're just falling out of bed and putting on like a sandal and a loafer and just going out the door. And we're like, what are they doing? What are they thinking? It's like, there is no plan.
Yeah, they went to go get groceries.
Yeah, they just don't care. They don't care about you.
They're wearing a flip-flop with a sock right now because that was the only shoe by the door.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's the new trend. I'm on it.
Yeah. I'm throwing out everything I own. It's so funny too. I love these. I'm thinking of writing a joke about this. We'll see if it works. But something that's like you always see these millennial people like Anne Hathaway or whomever pandering kind of to the Gen Z audience. Like I've learned so much. It's like, what did you learn? That you're old? Is that what?
Yes.
That you're out of style? Because I guarantee they don't like you. Okay.
Well, like also trying to adapt to that younger generation, which is fine. But it's just like I feel like I come off old.
You come off old and desperate and like you are just trying to fit in. Like, do you guys like me now? I got bigger pants. Is this right? It's like, well, now your shirt's too long. You're like, I'll be back. I'm going to get a different shirt. Now, what are your thoughts on the new fun pants?
Okay. I am all for it. The thing is, like, so I have a new influencer girl that I'm like in love with right now, and she's influenced me to get these hair clips.
Fabulous. Which I love it.
She's fun and she's rich.
My two favorite things.
Where it's just like funny when you realize your influencer is rich. You're like, oh, I see what's happening here.
Yeah.
They have external income.
Yeah, they are just streaming. They're just
30.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Now it's like, to me, like having your own house in Manchester, England at 30, like England's housing prices is worse than America's pricing. But like, she's into fun pants, and this is why I chose her. So she just had a baby, so she's in her postpartum baby body.
Okay.
And she's adorable. Mm-hmm. Meaning, like, I think it's good to find people that you have a body type that instead of unattainable,
yes,
it's what you're gonna have, and that the way they dress is cute and they look great.
Yes, there's so much.
So you don't like, oh my God, am I gonna have to do Ozempic after the baby and all that stuff?
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm just gonna wear my fun pants.
Wear your fun pants. Yes. Do not do Ozempic. Okay. Yeah.
Just wear fun pants.
I do love a trend like that on TikTok where there has been some girls coming out like, this is my natural postpartum body and I'm sharing it for the world because I don't want you to think that I popped a baby out and then I went back to a size 2 because that's fucking crazy.
It is, and it's not happening. And it's also like, I've seen that with celebrities where they're like, oh, it looks like she gained weight. And you're like, no, she turned 30.
Yeah. Or
she doesn't have a little girl body. It's just like there is nothing you can do about it. So instead of like trying to be a size 2, just wear clothes that fit and work with you.
Or like lying to yourself. Or like, you know, I hear this from a lot of women like, oh, don't worry, you'll bounce back. You'll get your body back. It's like, well, you don't have to go back. You don't need to spend your time recovering from the ordeal of birthing a baby and then, you know, helping it survive in the world. You don't need to have your priority to look good for people.
Your baby.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope my baby thinks I'm hot.
My baby's fat shaming me. No, I just am like, that's why I like body inclusivity, but I love the mid-size girlies on TikTok because it's either like in the fashion world, you have to be extremely skinny or you have to be extremely overweight. Mm-hmm. And when you're extremely overweight, you're overweight and like tits and ass. And you're like,
it's fetishized. And it's like,
give me an apple body girl that knows how to dress for her body. And that's who I'm following for fashion advice.
Yes, body confidence is everything,
yes.
You know, and it's like your body, you're a woman, you don't exist to be validated by society. It's just,
yes.
I'm going on a damn crusade now. I'm like, you've set me off and here I go. But I love
she's
that.
into fun pants.
Yes.
And I like her fun pants that are drawstring and they look cozy and comfortable and yet fashionable to go, have drinks with friends and run errands.
The wide-legged is really, you know, when we first shift away from skinny jeans, I thought, how are we ever going to find flattering pants? But it's like the soft material, wide-legged pant. It's flattering.
Yeah, it goes straight. It hides imperfections. It doesn't hug the bad parts.
Yeah.
plays well if you wear it on your waist. It can accentuate your waist. And then she just wears like a regular t-shirt top, and then she'll wear like a cute denim vest or a waistcoat.
Oh, cute.
And then pop on with like a nice colorful purse or something, or hair accessories or sunglasses.
And I love like trousers too.
Yes.
I love like the look of like a well-fitted trouser, which it doesn't need to be like the hard material of jeans as you're like running around town. It's like, just let us breathe.
There's like a whole group of women that don't like jeans. Like my mom's never liked jeans.
Really?
Oprah doesn't like jeans.
Interesting.
They find it uncomfortable, but that's all I ever want to wear.
I love a jean, but I'm now that we're in the fun pants era where, of course, as everyone may or may not know, previously we were in a fun top era.
Yeah, the blousey, the big collars.
Fun top,
Not
and then
into that
jeans. Fun top and jeans. And now Gen Z has once again turned it on its ear, and they're doing fun pants and really a mostly understated but cropped top. And I have to say, I really like the shift away from a busy top to simplicity. And then, some of these pants I'm seeing like these gigantic, the big gigantic cargo pants, like these, they're not necessarily like flashy, they're just fun pants.
Yes. I want I've seen like a gingham flare.
Oh, yes, please.
Print, a palazzo, which sometimes a palazzo feels like if I put them on, then I'm the circus ring guy. I'm like, step right up.
Yeah,
I got like a monocle all of a sudden.
I know what you mean. There are some like the gaucho, where it does feel like you're like wide-legged is fun, but sometimes it's too wide. It's just
I'm in
too
Jinko
wide
territory.
Yeah, or like you want to have a definition between the two legs and not just look like you are wearing two skirts.
And the wide leg pants is good because it goes to the waist, so I think it forms a flattering line.
Yes.
Now,
I saw that denim skirts were in style this year, but I have to say, for me, it always just shouts Pentecostal.
I agree with that assessment, and I wore them in my early 20s when Delia catalog was in its heyday with the cargo dress skirt.
Yeah.
And it's cute, but I feel like that's a young girl trend that as you get older, your features
scream, I don't celebrate birthdays. Oh my gosh.
I oppress my children with religious teachings.
Yeah, we do not have Halloween in this house.
I shame them for masturbating in my denim outfit.
Yes, yeah. The denim skirt is a tricky piece. And I think even if you are a younger girl, if you have a long hair, I would stay away from.
But that's the other one. Like I see girls with really long hair, and then I was sporting it for a while, and I'm just like looking at photos, and it makes me think of that woman that worked at the city clerk office that wasn't letting gays get married.
Yeah, like I will not build a website for homosexuals. Yes, I know. I have to say, I got this from last year. It was like all the rage last summer. It was a midi black sweater skirt with a slit. Okay. But even that, I have to be really careful how and where I wear it, because all of a sudden I am like, see myself and I'm like, I look Orthodox Jewish right now. And that's not the look I'm going for I'm out on Saturday night.
That's all it takes. I had a similar look and I thought that I was on point. And then Ari Shafir, who always hurts my feelings.
That's his talent. That's his gift from God.
Was like, is your family Orthodox? And I realized he was making reference to my outfit. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
But I think I know what you mean. And I'm going home.
I'm changing. There's something so tricky. It's like, it's very similar with like, remember a few years ago when the jumpsuits were like really in style, and it's
the
like
one piece, like boiler suit kind of situation.
Because if it doesn't work with your body,
they've never worked with.
Yeah. It's
they're
like,
too short or
I think
too
you have
long.
to have more of a bigger bust, maybe like
I'm a
fuller,
separates girl.
Yeah, maybe like a fuller figure for that. But it's like I got one and I was like, this is great. And it's like I look like I'm changing oil right now. I look like I am at the mechanics.
Yes. And every female comic is sporting one right now that I feel like if I wear it, it just looks like we're in a pit crew. And I'm like, I'm not reaching out. I just tweet, I'm like, who's wearing their boiler suits today?
Yes.
Because I want to wear one and I don't want to look like we're about to change tires for Daytona 500.
Hilarious.
That's the problem with those kind of on-trend stuff like hats. Like there can only be one of us in the group that's wearing this kind of hat.
Otherwise, yeah. Yeah. Too many people in a bucket hat looks like you're in some kind of boy band now.
I wore a bucket hat over the holiday and I remember thinking it looked cute, and then I saw it and I look like the Muppet that's in the band.
Animal.
The guy that has the long nose.
Yeah. No. That's not Animal. It's like, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He never said it. He's not like the girl that's like, I'm with the band.
Yeah. He's like a backup.
Yeah. Like horn player or whatever.
The bucket hat is wildly unflattering, I have to say, but I can't stop wearing it because every time I wear it, I feel like I look cool.
I do. Well, I remember liking it in high school, but I think you have to have longer hair for it.
Yeah,
and I had short hair and it was kind of small. I've seen some hats, they're like crochet hat and it's like flimsy and has like lettuce trim. You know what I mean? Where it's like
cute.
very, and I'm like, not for me.
No,
I don't have the face. I'm not a Hadid.
Yeah, it is really hard with these trends. That's why, like I said, I mean, minus my bucket hat, I'm really trying to stick with the stuff that is timeless. If you get Mary Janes this year and you don't wear them enough, you can wear them. Mary Janes are never going to be out of style. They're just really in style right now.
Yeah, a lot of these trends, like when people are like, Uggs are out, you're like, Uggs are never out.
They're a timeless boot. You're
occasional
always going to want to feel
items
warm.
on them. Yeah, like if you put a ribbon on them, maybe that'll be, or do colors. But if you stick to the brown and cream colors.
Oh, I love it. It looks like a little caramel. Now, okay, one thing that I was really, really resisting, because as you know, I am a gym rat now at my Crunch Fitness Center. I go there. I've been using the weights, it was very intimidating, but now I know how to do it.
It's always like when you see it across the weight area, it's like that forbidden room. You're like, am I ready to? It's like the porn section of the rental place when you were a kid.
Yes, like,
am I ready to go in there?
For me,
it's got like a dry ice coming out, smoke, and like a red lamp. You're like,
it's intimidating.
Yes.
And
dare I go in there?
There's a lot of women who are doing the workout sets now, and that only adds to the fear and sense of isolation. It's like I'm in there in a Tweety Bird shirt.
With like basketball shorts, past your knees, and then these girls are dressed like Selena,
just full
like
makeup,
bitty bomba,
a bustier on the leg press
with BBLs, a scrunched material in their butt crack, and you're like, hi,
are you done? I came over from Planet Fitness. Well, I did get a workout set actually, because I decided I just wanted to go for it, and I had wanted one forever, and I needed more workout clothes. I was very anti them because I feel like
I love them.
I know.
Old Navy is the way to go.
It feels like a gym uniform. Like you're kind of, now I went from being myself to now I'm like, I'm a yuppie at this gym.
Yes.
And I blend in. But I have to say, I got a mauve one. It's gorgeous and it makes me want to work out more.
Yeah.
And you have to wash them every time. So it's like you might as well just have a matching bra and pants set for your workout.
Yeah. And you can actually wear them out.
I was thinking about wearing, dare I say this? I was thinking about wearing one on the flight. I was like, what if I break my own? Then I lost confidence. I was like, that's not who I am. I put on jeans.
You know who I'm not? Is the girl that can wear a sports bra as her top.
I am not that girl.
I can't do it, but I think it looks so cute.
It's so cute. And when I do wear it in the gym. I've worn it in the gym so far. But I always am still like taking a little something to cover up on the way, because I just feel like being out on the streets.
Shawl.
Yeah. My prayer shawl. Being out on the streets that exposed, I feel like I already get catcalled enough. I don't want to deal with anybody else,
Yeah. But it also just feels like, who do you think you are?
I'm on my way to the gym. I'm a white woman.
No, that is very it's self-conscious. Now, we've talked about this because of the fall and all these trends. I'm getting highly influenced.
Yes,
everywhere I'm going.
Of course.
And I heard one TikTok, I think her account's something like Pygmalion or something like that. And she's always shopping. I'm like, girl, where's your income coming from?
Yeah.
But she brought up a really good point about how to de-influence yourself. Like, if you look at an outfit and the only place that it makes you think is where you start fantasizing being on the Isle of Capri or on some extravagant vacation, don't get it. You're not going there and you're only wearing it once. And that I used to get so like romanticized. Like, I have to get that for my trip to Amalfi.
Yeah.
Which I'm never going.
Giant baby doll dress with bubble sleeves. And it's like, this
silky
is impractical. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Anytime I go on vacation, all I end up wearing is just like leggings, sneakers, and then a sweater.
Yes.
And then you're like, so you're not wearing these like fits.
Yeah.
We do have comics though. Whenever I've done the Moon Tower, I think like Sydney Washington and Marie Faustin, I'm always like, I got to go shopping with you.
They're gorgeous.
They're doing fits every day. Like they're the Real Housewives.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It is a skill.
It is.
Well, I have to say that is so valuable. I did buy a bizarre dress recently that it was just like a beautiful piece, iridescent baby doll dress. Again, like I said, with giant puff sleeves. It does not really flatter me. I disappear into it. It's like it's like the boy in the plastic bubble, I swear. And but I found it at Buffalo Exchange and I was so over caffeinated that I just felt like I was, this is one thing that I'm working on, not thinking that I'm psychic when I have a feeling and then thinking that the feeling is a psychic revelation that I need to buy this dress. But yeah, I really wish I had just run it through a one-part system of being like, where do I see myself wearing this? Is it on the moon?
It's also like, you can't spring this onto Mike.
Hi, honey. I'm ready for our trip to Little Italy. Just with a crown.
You have to be that way when he first starts dating.
Yes. I'm doing an identity crisis right now. Well,
but I get it because that's for my special. Because I'm like, I'm gonna do dark material. I'm thinking Sharon Tate because pregnancy and she was murdered. Like that's my
she's a natural beauty. Yeah.
And so I was like, baby doll dresses, and I've been looking at yellow stuff, and I found one on ASOS, and the way that you're describing, I'm like, I like it, the idea. I'm like, but I don't know what it's gonna be like.
Is this a cohesive? Yeah.
Am I gonna be like, is this stupid? Am I about to get ripped to shreds online? Which is good for the algorithm.
Which is a ploy. I think it's smart. I will say baby doll dress is not flattering to my figure. I would do better with something that has like a waist, like, a more natural waist. But I feel like I get taken in, I was saying this to you earlier, by like of course, we're all looking at like fall fashion trends and seeing like what's out there. And I always end up looking at like Vogue, and they, it's like not a normal fashion magazine. It's like the elite catwalk of like what people are wearing in Paris at the latest fashion show. And it's like, there's like a man in a kilt, it's like, this is not the level of fashion that I'm ascribing to, yet I see it and I'm like, that's me. I'm the guy in Chuck Taylor's in a kilt, apparently, and a baby bonnet. And this is me.
That's like, I felt victim to Vogue editorial, like where it'll be like a camping spread and they're wearing like a tiara and cashmere sweater dress.
Yeah.
And you're like, yes, that is what I want, and that's what I want to look. And you're like, where are you going camping in that?
Yeah.
People are going to be like, you cannot come with us if there's an apocalypse because you're a liability.
You're camping in a $400 sweater dress. You're like, don't get that on my dress.
I have a baguette purse.
Yeah. My bear spray's in here.
But it's just like one of those things. Like now what I gravitate to of like what I like fashion wise, I like street style.
Yeah.
And I like anything that's like backcountry, like the most. Do you get those ads on your Instagram from that store called Backcountry?
No.
It's just like fun Patagonia stuff.
Oh, I like that. I like functional.
Yeah. That's all I want to buy.
It feels
cozy and functional with some colors in there.
Patagonia feels so grown up to me. Like,
Yes.
I wear this because I'm self-actualized.
Yes.
And I have a morning cup of coffee outside on my deck.
I'm a self-made CEO of a startup company.
But I'm
cool.
Yeah, I'm understated. Yes, I love it.
the outdoors, and this is my golden retriever.
Yeah, but I have a jet.
And I date 19-year-old girls, and I'm 45.
Oh, I love it.
Now, you've told me you've taken Amazon off your phone.
Yes, because I got in a bad pattern where I was splurging.
It's so easy.
It's addictive. And, like I was saying, we were kind of bonding over this because what was happening was it's like I see something on TikTok or it triggers a memory of something else and I just go and I would just put it into the cart. And when I am feeling like bad about myself or like if I'm not feeling productive, buying stuff feels productive. I'm like, oh, I'm just taking care of my home. I'm buying something for myself.
I need this purse.
I need this. I need
holds
that.
my comedy notebooks.
Yeah. And meanwhile, then I started buying stuff like, having these urges to buy stuff and then following through with it immediately. And then I end up stuff I'm not using and I don't want. Like I didn't need to buy a $10 month calendar that I have not used it one time and it's been a month. And that's why I said I've taken it off until I can be more responsible.
It's true though, because I just had a purchase. I bought these, but they came in 20.
Oh my God.
It was a lot. And then
Wow.
I bought these little like hair clips that girls wear when they do their makeup. And and they were $7. Each was like $7, just cheap crap from China.
Yeah.
But afterwards I was like, after I bought it and it arrived, I'm like this, what are you doing? Like it only brings you joy for like 5 seconds.
The second that you click purchase on it and then so much time comes in between and then when you get it you're like, what is this? Why?
I also can just feel the depression set in shortly after where I'm like, my hole is getting bigger.
Yes, the dopamine spike never lasts. It never lasts.
It's like how I'm just thinking about that with kids. Like we were talking about that like with Christmas and you buy your kids toys and you're like, how do you explain to them when the dopamine leaves their body?
The day after Christmas is sad.
I would get that with pets.
With like,
which is tragic.
Oh,
meaning
when they
like,
would die?
No, meaning you're so excited and then eventually you have the pets around, you kind of forget that you got a rabbit.
Yeah, that's really sad. And then you're the mom and you're just like taking care of this pet and the kid is just...
And you're like, it's too much. Yeah. It's, object impermanence is a huge thing in my life too.
It's true.
Out of sight, out of mind.
And now that I've taken the Amazon app off, I don't even notice it. I don't even go to it. It's like, that's all you need to do. But because I have Apple Pay in my phone, so it makes it so easy to be like, I just bought a trip to Bogota.
Like, yeah. And you're like, I didn't spend any money today. And you're like, oh, I did. It was like $700 on plane tickets.
I spent $4,000. I know. Why does spending money make me feel good? I feel like if I just, but it's like, it's such an illusion, which is why I really try to stop it when I feel it spinning out of control, is because when I spend money, I only want to spend more money. It's like eating sugar and cake in a way where you're like, I just want more now.
And I can get like a dopamine rush of buying like new pens at the dollar store. Yes. And you're like, I have pens.
I need to go out for some pens. Yeah. That's part of it. I think that's a big part of it. It's like
a spiral.
I just need to go out of my place and feel like I have a purpose. Never am I more happy in my life than when I'm running a simple errand with a coffee in my hand.
Yes.
Oh, that's the happiest I've ever been.
That's why I've been digging the walks and the podcast, but it is it takes me you have to trick your brain being like, this is better for you. than going to get stationery that
Yes.
you don't need.
Yes. Yeah.
I need new thank you notes.
Yeah. Sometimes you feel like, right. I have to say thank you to my friends. It's really important. It's so funny. I've been eyeing thank you notes for like years.
I'm just about to run out, but it is always like, but I have a whole bunch from the wedding. So I've just been using those. But
Yeah.
in your mind, you're like, I need high-end thank you notes.
I need a stationery set.
Papyrus. There
my
is so
God.
much bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, beauty products.
It's like,
That's another one. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm buying beauty products while waiting to make my purchase at Old Navy.
yeah, I went to Sephora yesterday and they always get me with that little,
Oh,
the little line. I'm like, I'll
They're
just impulse buy a
tiny.
lipstick.
yeah.
Why
You're
not?
like, a tiny lipstick.
And then you use it once and then 6 years later you throw it away. You're like,
yeah,
oh, I
you're
never,
like, oh yeah, I remember that.
that was nothing.
That barely filled the hole.
Oh, well, in conclusion, take Amazon off your phone. I am in like a binging.
Get your sneakers.
Get your sneakers. Go with a flat shoe. Get some arch support.
I'm into fun pants.
I love a fun pant. I think it's great. I think it's body positive. We can jettison the skinny jeans. You know, of course, we've been holding on to them emotionally,
Yeah,
as you do, but
We'll come back shortly.
they'll come back. They'll be back next year, probably. Thanks for listening, everybody. Like and subscribe.
Yes, Lady Journey.